Global stage. This is the global stage. Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. I want to give you 10 bad habits harmful to the brain. The brain is the engine of your body and alone utilizes about 20% of all your energy. It is made up of about 60% of fats, and the remaining 40% is a combination of water, protein, carbohydrates, and salt. It controls your thoughts, your memory, emotions, touch, motor skills, vision, breathing, temperature, hunger, and every process that regulates our body. There are many bad habits that harm our brains that we are not consciously aware of, and I'm going to give you only 10 of them. And these are habits personally I have consciously avoided and still avoiding, and I would like to share with you. The last 2 habits will really shock you. Again, don't forget to like, comment, and share this video link. The first bad habit is not drinking enough water every day. The human body is made up of 70% of water, and water is essential for all the functions of the body. Water to the brain is like oil to the engine of a vehicle. Dehydration to the brain limits its function and cell growth. Many are experiencing a lot of migraines and headaches because they are not drinking enough water. Mind you, you don't drink water because you feel thirsty. You drink water because you have to. So whether you feel thirsty or not, you have to drink enough water, about 2.5 liters every day. And also remember that water is life. The second bad habit is eating heavy meals after sundown. When the sun sets down, mostly at 5 p.m., your brain processes and digestive mechanism kind of begin to slow down to rest. By eating a heavy meal puts stress on them to keep them working, and this is not good because it triggers all sort of processes whereas they were supposed to be resting, and this will make you experience poor digestion and also disturb your sleep. The third bad habit is chronic exposure to bad news. You know, most of these media houses, especially the mainstream media, make merchandise from bad news. They are full of too much exaggeration and negativity, and they profit from bad news. Ever heard of the statement, bad news sells? Yes, our environment is constantly filled with bad news, and these are deliberately manufactured to get your attention. Bad news instill fear, doubt, anxiety, depression, and these are toxic to the brain. They kill brain cells and reduces the production of new cells. There are those also who always want to share bad news. If something bad happens, they are quick to share on their social media. If you are in the habit of doing that, it is not healthy and wise for you and for others. Don't pass on bad news. Only pass on good news, and control your exposure to bad news from the television or the radio. The next bad news is toxic relationships. You have to define your relationship with people. If you are constantly around toxic personalities, they lower your emotions. It is healthy to get along with all people and isolate those who are toxic, or else your brain will become the reference point for garbage. Don't have people you are not talking to. Avoid quarrels and surround yourself with people who lift you up. Be around people and get into conversations that lift your spirit up and brings you joy and peace, and not people who are always negative. Toxic relationships induce high levels of cortisol, and this leads to mental stress, which is bad for the brain. The next bad habit is too much indoor staying. And this is one bad habit I was guilty of in my early 20s. It is extremely therapeutic to be outside and expose yourself to the sunlight for activation of vitamin D, which is essential for the brain and also stimulate melatonin, which acts as an antioxidant. Usually there's poor ventilation inside, so go out and get some fresh air. The next bad habit is high refined grain diet. The recommended dose is 60% of diet in the form of whole grains. But refined grain depletes your brain of vitamin B1, and this is involved in the memory and cognitive function. Whole grain diets such as brown rice is better than refined ones such as white rice. So always consume whole grain rice than refined grain rice or diet. The next bad habit is exposure to high stress environment. If you are living in a high stress environment such as places where there's too much noise and commotion, it is not healthy for you and for your brain. High exposure to places such as the nightclubs is bad for the brain. You need a very quiet and peaceful environment. So control your exposure to these high stress environments. The next bad habit is snacking before bed. Snacking before bed increases your insulin levels, and this triggers urine frequency at night, and this disturbs your sleep. An uninterrupted sleep is healthy for your brain, but waking up frequently is bad for the brain. And personally, I found out that anytime I take a snack in the evening or sugar after 6 p.m., I frequently would have to wake up in the night to urinate more than 3 times. So snacking is a source of a stimulant, and at night you want a peaceful and quiet sleep. But because you are snacking, it stimulates your brains, and this affects your sleep. Now, the last 2 bad habits will really interest you, and it is watching television or bright screen in the dark. Have you ever noticed that when you go to the cinema to watch a movie, you are always given a dark shade to wear? These movies in the cinemas are always watched in the dark, and the purpose of the dark shades is to reduce the effect of rays radiating from the screen to your eyes, and your eyes are connected to the optic nerves in your brain. So watching TV or bright screen in the dark directly affects and directs all rays to your eyes without any barrier, and these are harmful to the eyes and to the brain. So always have the lights on if you watch the screen or the TV in the dark, or else get a dark shade. The last bad habit is placing your cell phones close to you when you are sleeping. Cell phones emit radio frequency energy, which is a form of radiation when they communicate with the network towers, and this affects the levels of melatonin. And melatonin is a hormone that induces sleep. So if you are constantly placing your phones close to you, it disturbs the sleeping pattern, and this can lead to headaches, poor vision, and restless nights. So this is the end of our discussion, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any question or contributions, kindly leave them at the comment section under this video, and don't forget to like, share, and comment. And always remember that God wants you healthy. God bless you.